I'ma keep it a buck though. As the shit go on, this shit get repetitive. I gotta keep it a stack. Shit a little repetitive. He don't really be having features on this shit. So it's like we just hearing him, and it's like I'm not gonna lie, like as it progress, like it's repetitive. He not really doing much different with his shit, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. I still think this shit hard. There's a lot of hard ass songs on here though. No cap.
So Osamason just dropped his 4th album, Psykotic, and a lot of people are saying it's the greatest project ever. It's gonna send him mainstream. He's the best underground artist right now. So let's see what people are saying. Let's give the album a little bit of a review. And is it overhyped, or does it deserve the praise that it's getting? And will it be Osamason's A Great Chaos and send him into the mainstream? So yeah, we've got a lot of Osamason fans saying, I've heard enough. Osamason, you made your best album with Psykotic, where they show all his albums. On the left, we've got that SoundCloud one. Then we've got Flex Music, Psykotic, Jump Out, and Osamason. Now, is Psykotic his best project? I don't know. I would have to say Flex Music is his best, but we'll get into that later once we review that album and stuff like that. Nick and I said that this was Osamason's best album. Osamason is easily better than those 2 kids that were beefing last week, and he's referencing to Fake Ming and Netspend. Now actually, personally, I would take Osamason over Ming and Net. Honestly, Osamason is probably my favorite underground rapper right now, but I'm still going to give my honest review on the album when we get to it. I'm not going to glaze, like, I'm going to be real. 2021 to 2022 Yeet level album, yeah, I don't know about that, man. Yeet's run was like one of a kind, like that was insane. Then we got this tweet, Osamason over Young Thug, we done with the 90s, not gonna lie. Now low key, why does he kind of have a point? Because who listened to Ooh I Scutty? Like realistically, that's on like 30-40k first week. That's like Destroy Lonely numbers. Yo, if you gave Osamason like a Ken Carson feature, a Carter feature, like you gave him these big mainstream features, he's gonna start doing Young Thug numbers too. Then we've got a lot of fans also comparing him to Ken Carson. Now Ken did co-sign Osamason recently. I think he liked one of his posts. He liked something in like that he posted or something along those lines. And you know, like Osamason is Ken's like kind of competition, or he's like the up and coming one. And you know, people like to support the person who's up and coming. It's like people hate when their favorite underground rapper goes mainstream, and as soon as he goes mainstream or whatever, they start hating on him. It happened with Ken, it's happening with Ken right now, and it of course happened to Yeet when he dropped 2093. So yeah, people are saying Ken Carson, we good, we got Osamason. Now low key, More Chaos was kind of mid. Like it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was kind of just like okay, it was like More Chaos, like literally it was just More Chaos. It wasn't better than AGC. So you know, Psykotic better than More Chaos? Low key, that's a good conversation we should be having. Another guy posted Psykotic over More Chaos. Again, I think it's a conversation we should be having because More Chaos was low-key a disappointment. Underground Sound posted, Che and Osamason both dropped their Magnus Opus with Rest in Bass and Psykotic respectively. Should conversations be had about 2025 or is greater than 2016? Now low-key X, I don't think so, but you know, Shay and Osamason better than Ski Mask? Again, another good conversation we should be having. Because aren't Shay and Osamason like doing better numbers than Ski Mask now anyways? But I think Psykotic is being overhyped a little bit. Not the actual music is being overhyped, but the importance it will have to Osamason's career. I just don't think it's going to be as important as like Rest in Bass was. Because Rest in Bass, I think it took Che from another underground artist to the main underground artist. Like he's one of the main ones now. Whereas Osamason, he's already one of the main ones. So now he needs like an AGC kind of project to send him into the mainstream. And I'll be honest, we'll get into it later, but I don't think Psykotic was that. That's not what he needed. Then we actually got some kind of producer beef. So a fan commented under OK's post, which is one of Osamason's producers who produces for Netspend and Glock 40 Spaz 2. So he said, why your tag not on the songs? And OK responded with, cause y'all was being about it on Jump Out, so I left them off. Now if you guys don't remember, on Jump Out, I'm pretty sure every single song was produced by OK. If not every single song, then maybe like one or two weren't produced by him. And the issue with that was literally like the week before we got Netspend's project, Badass Effing Kid, and that was that had a lot of OK songs as well. So we just got a lot of OK songs the week prior, and now we've got an Osamason which is 20 track which is 20 okay tracks straight. And he also had this producer tag. It was like the breaking glass sound, and then we're gonna be okay. Or actually, I think it's different. I'm not sure if that's the tag he had. But yeah, he just had his producer tag on the start of every single song, and it just got really repetitive. So he said just left them off because people were complaining about it, and people are kind of cooking him in the comments. Nobody cried about the tags being, they cried about you producing every song. And I'll be honest, I don't think okay's tag is annoying, but the issue is when it's at the 0 second mark on every single song, and it's that same bang, glass breaking, and the we're gonna be okay at the start of every song, then it's just kind of annoying. Oh no, it's okay, okay you the hardest, we swear to God, whatever. That's the tag. Psykotic is Osamason's second best album watch. Now I low-key agree, kind of. It's obviously Flex Music's the first one, then I think it's Psykotic or Jump Out in the second spot, because Flex Season was kind of weak. I think the project he did with Glock 40 Spaz was cool, but that's not really a full album, it's not like a solo album. But yeah, I don't think Psykotic is better than Flex Music. Isaiah said the only bad thing about this album is the cover. Now to me the cover is kind of weak. I don't really care about the whole demonic stuff. It's just like, I don't know, I just don't like it. It's just, what even is this? Yeah, and then another tweet, Osamason over Young Thug. Now, honestly, he's cooking, because who's listening to Uai Scutty? I literally can't name one person who's literally listening to it. My whole timeline is Osamason. I've waited for this moment for 3 years. Now, I've got to be honest, guys, this is the issue with kind of the underground and the underground echo chamber. People on my timeline were saying like, oh my god, so many people are talking about Psykotic, it's going to send Osamason mainstream. Because like, oh my god, there's so many people talking about it. I don't think that's true. That's just how the algorithm works. If you like Osamason, it's going to show you Osamason. Just because a lot of people are talking about it, that doesn't mean like people are actually talking about it in the real world or just in the mainstream. No, it's just an algorithm, an echo chamber. Yeah, because actually let me get onto that now. So people are saying like Psykotic, it's gonna send him mainstream, you know, Rap Caviar even posted him. Yeah, cool, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. Simply his music is kind of hard to go mainstream, right? Because it's kind of a more deep fried version of a Great Chaos or just Ken Carson in general. However, I said this to my friends, all it takes is one big TikTok song and then boom, you're popular. So we can cook Osamason for making trash this sort of music, but like one song blows up and now he's got 5 million monthly listeners and he's mainstream. I know he made some plans, was picking up a little bit on TikTok, but I think it's kind of stopped now and he's around 1.4 monthly listeners or million monthly listeners. And if he can get past that, I'd be very surprised. He's kind of in the same position Ken Carson was when he dropped X. Like, he's still underground and he keeps dropping like the same rage music and it's not really progressing his career until he found that new sound of AGC and he finally took off. And that's kind of what Osamason needs. He needs an AGC that will, with a new sound that will take him to that next level. Now look, a lot of people on Twitter have been glazing it, right? But I want to go check out Reddit now, because I feel like on Reddit say their opinions, or they say more truthful and harsher opinions, because on Twitter, if you say something that's kind of against the agenda, then you'll just get clowned on. Like right now on Twitter, if you say Osamason was bad or whatever, like one of the songs was bad, you'll just get cut, because you know a lot of his label are buying out promo, so people glaze the album. And also it's kind of like the sheep narrative, right, where if everyone likes it then you have to like it. So let me see what people on Reddit are saying. So firstly, on Playboy Carti's subreddit, who would genuinely listen to this if the Osamason name wasn't attached to it? And it's the song Gintama, which I'm pretty sure is like one of the worst ones. He does like really weird voice on it and it's just a terrible song. So here's what people in the comments are saying. That's what I'm thinking too, LMAO. If this was some random buying promo, the amount of hate he would get, it is crazy. Now again, I have to reiterate, this is probably the worst song on the project. Probably the worst Osamason song I've ever heard in my life. It's not like the whole album is being cooked like this. It's just like this one song. If Carti played this stuff as an after party, as a snippet, y'all would eat it right up. It's true. People glaze the artists more. They want to like what their artist puts out instead of actually thinking if their music is good. You know, like Carti could put out anything and people will change their taste just to like it because it's Carti. But yeah, you know, I'm not gonna hate too bad because it's just one song, you know. Let me see what people are saying about, you know, the actual album. I love the beats on this album so far, and Osamason sounds so different to how he usually does. He's doing different vocal effects similar to Carti at times. I kind of noticed that too. He's got a lot of new voices and he also like pitches his voice down in some of the songs, but he's also bringing a few good melodic performances so far. Now personally to me, the melodic stuff is the best stuff. You know, the rage and distortion stuff is cool, but it's also very repetitive, and a lot of the time he's just saying nothing and it's just like the same dark rage beat, whereas the melodic stuff is cooler. I prefer it. If you're a fan of his, that's great. Personally, this is a 6.527 out of 10 project. He has many more years to improve as an artist. Right now he has peers doing this distortion sound more fresh and vocally better. He's severely lacking vocally. Now I'm presuming here he's comparing him to like Che, who, you know, just had an incredible project with Rest in Bass, and that's kind of like the leading underground project right now, because it went kind of mainstream. Even Anthony Fantana reviewed it. So I got another Carti Reddit post, thoughts on Osamason's new album. I heard it and I think his music just isn't for me. It reminds me a lot of Shay's project, but I feel like he did a better job experimenting with his voice and flows. I'm kind of getting tired of these brain rot super loud bass beats. My favorite song was Yeah I Know. Then this guy replied, Chay's project had a similar level of chaos, sound but different. Osamason's beats are more chaotic but all sound similar. It's just demonic dark beats with him putting vocals over it. Che actually tries to become one with the beat, similar to how people F with early Carti. Understood why he was so goated with his ad-libs and beat selection. It's addicting. I kind of hear it. Like personally, right now I prefer Rest in Bass over Psykotic. But look, I'm gonna be honest guys, overall I just think we need to stop with the brainless rage music, because, you know, we've been doing rage music since 2020, 2021, and like we're still on that wave, and the sound hasn't really changed since like what, 2023, because in 2021 and 2022 it was a kind of EDM bouncier kind of rage beats, like the whole lot of red ones. Then after 2023, after AGC, we started getting the new distorted ones, like the grungy dark rage beats, and we're still on that sound. And I kind of sound like an old head right now. Maybe it's just because I prefer the lighter EDM ones. Like someone said here, Mannequin, Pizza Time, Marceline, and Miley Cyrus by Che. They're the more melodic ones. Even like Bass from his project. That's just kind of what I like. Even like Osamason, Made Some Plans. I know what he did last summer. Save the World, or The Whole World Is Free, I think it is. The kind of more lighter melodic songs. I think that stuff's just better. But look, I'll be honest, call me crazy, Psykotic is probably better than More Chaos and Broken Hearts 3. I'm sorry guys, I'm dropping a video on my main channel soon about this. Opium are low-key falling off. Like I know that's kind of harsh. Like Carti's cool, he's cool, but I don't think he's really part of the Opium label. Like he's the founding father, you know, whereas Ken, More Chaos was mid, and the new snippets he's previewing, it's literally just More Chaos again. The sound hasn't changed, even though he said he's dropping The Experiment. Broken Hearts 3, yo, I'm not even gonna talk about it. You guys have to watch the video on my main channel where I literally dig into it so bad. It was just so boring. And then Homicide Gang, yeah. And then we've even got that new guy, what's his name? Apollo Red. Yeah, that guy's literally just the least original rap I've ever seen. Everything he does is a clone, or like he's just repeating what Carti or Uzi did. The cover arts, the song names, the singles cover arts, literally everything he does is just a clone. Like, oh my god. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Let me actually review the album. So the opening track is Habits. Personally, I'm not a fan of this one. I thought the beat was cool, but again, it's cool, you know. Worldwide, I did not really like this one. Plus, it's 3 minutes 30 with like this super long outro. Personally, for me, the first two tracks just didn't do anything for me. However, then the third track, Addicted, that was cool. The beat was crazy. I feel like that should have been the opening track. But yeah, that's a great song. Then Getaway. This reminded me of like some kind of melodic jump out song, kind of like Made Some Plans, but not really. Maybe I'm only thinking that because on the song he actually said like make some plans, but this is that kind of melodic laid back Osamason I like, catchy. On that song he's like, make some new plans, make some new friends, take a trip to France, something along those lines. I don't know the lyric exactly, but you know what I mean? It's that kind of catchy fun music, not the dark grungy distorted stuff. Yeah, Getaway is probably my favorite from the project. Magdump was hard. T193, again, it's just another Rage song. Didn't really do anything for me. Like sure it's hard, but it's just like a filler Rage song. FMJ with Che, it was cool. Che did his thing, but again guys, I'm sorry, it's just like another Rage song that we've heard before. It just does nothing for me. Like that's my biggest issue with like Ken's More Chaos. It was just like more rage music, which, you know, it's the same sound. We've already got it. I don't know, maybe I'm just hating, but you know, I'm listening to FMJ now. It's 3 minutes and I wouldn't say the beat's really interesting. They're not really saying anything. Again, I thought Shay's part was cool. Shay kind of carried, and I feel the exact same way about Inferno. Just another filler rage song. Now if you really love Osamason and you really love love this dark, distorted rage music, then you'll like this. But to me, it's just another filler rage song. Now, She Woke Up is fire. Now, that's another melodic song, which I like. Now, you guys probably get like my taste now. I prefer the melodic stuff. So yeah, that song is fire. I have no idea what Function was. He's doing like this really weird voice. I think it's pitched up. I'm not really sure what he was doing on this one. I thought In It was pretty cool. It's kind of a mix between a rage, like a crazy rage song and a more melodic song. It's kind of a mix in between. I thought it was cool. Nothing crazy. Nah. I'm actually listening to it again. I actually really like this. No, this is that more melodic chill stuff that I like. I don't know why I didn't like this one when I was listening through it. Yeah, I know, another really good one that I like. Right now, it's looking like I kind of prefer the second half of that album over the first one. And yeah, this one, yeah, I know, kind of gives me Jump Out vibes as well. What's Happening? This is a good one because it actually kind of has like a unique feel, a unique vibe, and it has a catchy flow. You can actually tell what he's saying because I know it's supposed to be distorted rage music, but on a lot of the other ones, he's not really saying anything, and even if he was, you can't tell what he's saying, so it's just kind of vocals over a really distorted rage beat, whereas this one, it's catchy, and yeah, it's just good. I thought It's a Party was tough. This is a really good song. I feel like the biggest problem with Jump Out is that it was produced by OK. It was like almost every single track. Whereas on this one, he switched it up, had less OK production. I think he only did like 2 songs. And yeah, so we just had like a bigger range of sound on this one, on Psykotic. Yeah, Jin Tama, I need to never hear that song again. I'm presuming he was trying to do some like experimental, edgy stuff. And yeah, it just didn't really work out. This is probably like the most memed song and the worst song. I don't know anyone that actually liked this song. Yeah, I'm just gonna block this song from my Spotify. I thought Guatman was tough, and then Victory Lab, oh my god, this song's so crazy. Again, another like EDM vibey melodic song. This is what I like to hear. So yeah, overall I liked what, like 10 songs, I think. I'm gonna give the project like a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't say it was really an improvement on Jump Out, maybe slightly. Like I'm you know, when I listened through to this project, I wasn't like amazed. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but you know how Ken Carson went from X to A Great Chaos? Like, I was literally like, whoa, what the hell happened? Whereas this, it's pretty much everything I expected, and yeah, it wasn't anything much different. And again, I like Osamason, probably my favorite out of the underground, but this project just wasn't anything crazy. I don't think it's gonna send to the mainstream, but you know, he's doing well for himself, and you know, I hope he does great. So let me know guys' thoughts. Do you like Psykotic or do you not? And I don't have and I don't really have anything else to say. Just, you know, me personally, the rage stuff, it's kind of overdone now. Everyone's doing it. Everyone in the underground is doing the same sound. And I think Osamason excels at the more melodic stuff. Like, if we actually go to his biggest songs, it's Made Some Plans, I Know We Did Last Summer, Pop, Congrats. And I'm pretty sure all these songs are more the kind of melodic songs, the kind of chiller, more normal songs. So it's clear people kind of like that sound more, and that's probably because it appeals to normal people more. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.